Hey guys, just a quick little video there to run through the next chapter and what you guys had to have a look at and go through. So basically here we've moved off from the states of matter, so solids and gases, and looking then at classifying different materials, whether they are elements, mixtures or compounds. Okay, so the chapter runs through three key things, I suppose: what pure substances are, which we call elements, and what mixtures are, then elements and compounds themselves and the differences between them, and then lastly physical changes and chemical reactions and chemical changes. Okay, so first and foremost we'll go through what elements are. So an element is, and you'll see down here on the left hand side are all the different definitions on each of the different things. So an element is a pure substance that cannot be broken down to anything simpler. So basically an element is made up of one type of atom and no other type of atom. Okay, a compound is where two or more elements have combined together chemically to form a new substance. Okay, we'll find all of the elements in the periodic table of elements. You'll see the little insert of it there. Generally what we say is that elements or compounds are very difficult to reverse. If you create a compound, it's very difficult to change it. That kind of links then into what we call physical and chemical changes. So physical changes are when you change the state of something or the form of it, but you're actually not changing anything chemically about it. So there's loads of examples down here in the bottom of page, sorry, no, scroll down here, 213. So if you crush a can, like it looks different, but still an aluminium can. You put sugar into water, the water's still the water, the sugar's still the sugar, it's just the sugar's dissolved, so it's just a mixture. Smashing a glass, yes, the glass into smaller pieces, but it's not a new substance, it's just in a different form. So that's what we're talking about, physical changes, okay? Or if you change ice into water into steam, all three forms or all three states are still water, and it's just that they're in a different state. They're not a different compound, okay, or not a different substance. Chemical changes are where you take two elements, combine them together, and you get a completely different substance. So you put iron and sulfur together, you get iron sulfide. We would have done that in school if we were in school. Iron rusting on a bicycle, so even an iron nail, if it's iron, turns into iron oxide, a total new substance. Fireworks exploding, coal or wood or turf burning, cooking an egg, you're changing the protein in it. So all of those things are examples of chemical changes. So just to be aware, I suppose, the difference between chemical changes and physical changes. Okay, and that's kind of the chapter, right? Now the chapter deals with it pretty well, but there is a PowerPoint that I've put in there on your classroom materials on Schoology called Classifying Materials Chapter 19. And this goes through matter against the solids, liquids and gas, which we've spoken about, what an atom is, smallest particle, and then getting into classifying these substances. So if we look here, this guy, we see we have, sorry, no, matter. So matter is everything, so solids, liquids and gases. You have pure substances or you have mixtures. Okay, so a pure substance can be either a compound or an element. A compound is an exact ratio of elements or elements to each other. An element is only one type of atom. And then mixtures can be either homogeneous or heterogeneous. Don't worry too much about this bit, okay? But just know that matter can be in three forms. It can be a mixture, a compound, or an element, okay? And then when we classify substances, we classify them as one of those three things. So the PowerPoint then kind of flicks through all of those. There's our periodic table. And then looking at some important elements and their symbols, okay? So you need to be able to look at your periodic table, and you need to know the first 20 elements especially, and then some other choice ones as well. So if you look through this PowerPoint here, it gives you some elements and their chemical symbols. So it's important you know their symbols and the elements themselves. Then molecules and compounds are explained here, so what they are, okay? I also have a little video linked with this, just going through a couple of the things associated with this as well. So click into those videos just to kind of refresh yourselves as well on this stuff. So there it goes through molecules and compounds, what they are, what they're used for, and what a mixture is. Then we'll do a whole chapter in the next chapter talking about mixtures and how to separate out different types of mixtures, okay? And then this goes through a number of different things. So what you'll be able to do then is just click into this and you'll say to yourself, right, is a bunch of flowers an element, mixture, or a compound? So it's a mixture of different flowers. Helium, is it a mixture, a compound, or an element? So if you know it's in the periodic table, so it is an element, and so on. So you guys can actually test yourselves in on whether you know what elements, mixtures, and compounds are. There's a good few of them there. And then lastly then is looking at the idea of the physical change and chemical change. So we use the changing of state, which we looked at in the last chapter. That is a physical change, because it's not actually changing the atoms themselves, it's just changing the state that they're in. And this then goes through showing what physical changes are, what chemical changes are, and explaining what they're all about. Okay, so, and again, you have a kind of a YouTube video there, which I have actually linked into the Schoology update that I have along with this video as well. That's there. So guys, I want you to just look through this stuff. Now, some of the stuff I think they investigate there, we can't actually carry out an investigation because we're obviously not in school. But I'll see, can I get a video of that, and maybe can I add it into it as well, showing other sisters compounds with that activity associated with it. So what I want you to do over the next couple of days is to work your way through this PowerPoint and have a look at it and try, I suppose, key things, understanding what an element is, a compound is, what a mixture is, and understand the difference between physical changes and chemical changes. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an assignment. The assignment will be live from today. I wouldn't expect you to get started on that today, but the deadline for the assignment is Friday. So that means you have today, Wednesday, Thursday, and all day Friday until 3:40 p.m. to get that assignment into me. And it's going to be questions from your textbook related to this stuff. Okay, so some of the questions might actually pop up during the PowerPoint. Don't go answer them. We can ask them there if you want, as does a revision, but I'm going to be giving you some questions from the actual textbook itself. Okay, guys? Any questions related to this, be sure to ask me, please. I'll get back to you. Okay, bye-bye.